Today, you will learn to work with arrays. Arrays, a fixed size, sequenced collection of elements, of the same data type. If you want to store some value, for example say, student ID, then you are going to use variable. You will define a variable and initialize a student ID in it. But if 100 students are there, and you want to store 100 IDs in it, then it's not possible to store 100 values in a single ordinary variable. You have to define 100s of different variable names, to store that particular 100 values. These things will increase the complexity of the program, and will make it difficult to understand. So to make program more flexible, we are using array in these types of situations, where we want to store multiple values in a single variable name. Array can be used to represent a list of numbers, or list of names. General form of array declaration is, data type, array name, array size. This is called a single-dimensional array. The array size must be an integer constant, greater than 0. Integer x5 means variable x, store 5 different elements of integer data type. If integer x5 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then the array in memory will be stored like x0 equals 1, x1 equals 2, x2 equals 3, x3 equals 4, x4 equals 5. The number of values between curly braces cannot be larger than the number of elements that we declare for the array between square brackets. A specific element in an array is accessed by an index. All arrays consist of contiguous memory locations. The lowest address corresponds to the first element, and the highest address to the last element. If you omit the size of the array, that time the compiler allocates enough space for all initialized elements. Therefore, if you write integer x equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you will create exactly the same array as you did in the previous example. All arrays have 0 as the index of their first element, which is also called the base index, and the last index of an array will be total size of the array minus 1. Some limitations of arrays are as follows. Array size must be known at compile time. No array out of bounds checking. This code would generate error, because you are trying to look at an area of memory, not inside the array memory allocation. C programming language allows multidimensional arrays. This is the general form of a multidimensional array declaration. Data type, array name, size 1, size 2, up to size n. The simplest form of a multidimensional array is the two-dimensional array. Every element in the array is identified by an element name of the form a of ij, where a is the name of the array, and I and j are the subscripts that uniquely identify each element in a. For example, integer table 2, 3 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here table is a two-dimensional array. The array can hold 6 elements. You can think the array as table with 2 rows, and each row has 3 columns. The following initialization is equivalent to the previous example of two-dimensional array. The nested curly braces, which indicate the intended row, are optional. Integer table 2, 3 equals 1, 2, 3 is initializers for row indexed by 0, 4, 5, 6 is initializers for row indexed by 1. Similarly, you can declare a three-dimensional array. For example, float y243. Here, the array y can hold 24 elements. You can think this example as each 2 elements of 4 elements, which makes 8 elements, and each 8 elements can have 3 elements. Hence, the total number of elements is 24. In C, arrays can be initialized very easily indeed. It is far easier to initialize an array than it is to initialize 100 or more variables. The storage space in arrays have indices. Using indices, it is easy to process group of variables using loop constructs. Now let's see about character array in detail. One-dimensional array of characters, also known as string in C language. String is a one-dimensional array of characters, terminated by a null character, \0. Size of the string should be 1 greater than the maximum size of string going to be stored in the character array. String is equivalent to a real-world sentence made by combination of various characters, including spaces. Character name 6 equals H, E, L, L, O, \0. The following declaration and initialization create a string consisting of the word hello. To hold the null character at the end of the array, the size of the character array containing the string is 1 more than the number of characters in the word hello. If you follow the rule of array initialization, then you can write the above statement as follows: character name equals hello, character name 6 equals hello, character name equals H, E, L, L, O, \0, character name equals H, E, L, L, O, character name 6 equals H, E, L, L, O. All declarations are valid. And, actually, you do not place the null character at the end of a string constant. The C compiler automatically places the \0 at the end of the string when it initializes the array. Following is the memory presentation of the above defined string in C language. C language supports a wide range of functions. For example, strcpy s1, s2. This function copies string s2 into string s1. Another example is n equals strlen, s1. This function counts and returns the number of characters in a string s1. Length does not include a null character, where n is the integer variable, which receives the value of length of the string s1. To use this type of functions, we have to include string.h header file in C program. Following program shows the output as follows. strlen function finds the length of string s1, which is 5. So printf function will display the line, s1 length is 5. By using strcpy function. Now s1 contains string value world instead of hello string. And another printf function will display the line, s1 is world. Thank you.